Thank you. Let's start with the words of the Ari, and then read together the translation of Rabbi. לפני הצמצום היה אינסוף ממלא כל המציאות. דע כי טרם שנאצלו הנאצלים ונבראו הנבראים, היה אור עליון פשוט, ממלא כל המציאות. ולא היה שום מקום פנוי בבחינת אוויר ריקני וחלל, אלא היה הכל ממולא מן אור אינסוף פשוט ההוא, ולא היה לו לא בחינת ראש ולא בחינת סוף. אלא הכל היה אור א' פשוט, שווה בהשוואה א', והוא נקרא אור אינסוף. Did you get homework last week? Somebody remember? Remember I said last week, if I will ask you what we studied last week, yes, you remember that I said that?
Yeah.
So what was the light work, or what was the subject we talked at the end of the class, at least?
No one?
Yes, you have? Yeah, please.
I remember some things.
Yes.
We spoke about the free gifts.
Free gifts, okay, beautiful.
We spoke about that this is the world that we transit. That's what we come to do here.
That we do those, so?
That has no value. We transit through this
Ah,
world.
transit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a passage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it has no value. What else? That when you're a child, you're always full because you receive everything and you give everything, but in between, you're always full of life. That many times we, even though that if we give to somebody or we're in the sharing mood, sometimes we are actually thinking as takers, not as sharing people, because we're thinking on what are we getting in return. That was 3 points.
Nice. Somebody want to add something? So what was the light work? What was the mission that we received for the week?
I think I remember that you said that we should pay attention when we're sharing where exactly our thoughts or our intentions were.
Okay. It means if you think, it means we didn't do the homeworks. Okay, it's good. One day. So, Abba should continue and saying, ואין צריך לומר באיכות היגיעה שאין בערך של כלום, כלפי איכות השכר. He's saying like, Abba should say something like very powerful and very like profound. He's saying like, we don't need to mention that at the quality, quality, time, effort that the person is putting in this world, he says that there's nothing in it in a way. What do you mean there is nothing in it? We're working so hard in this world, no?
Mm-hmm.
But he's saying it's not in according what we're receiving. The effort and the time that we are putting in our life, he said what we receive from the light, it's not equal. It's not equal. But unfortunately, the way that how we feel that, I'm doing so much, right? And sometimes I feel that I'm receiving so little. But we don't take in consideration how much the light is given us before even we start to do something in this world. I will give you an example. If you have kids, or if you know people that have kids, or we are kids also, no? So if we can remember, right, when at the house that we grew up at, right? So the way that kids behave inside of the house of the parents, right? They can be 18, 17, even 20. They still behave like, I deserve, you should give me. What do you mean, right? They have entitlement. Like, what? So, since they're born, they receive,
Yeah.
Okay, they can't give back yet, right?
No.
So now in age of, I don't know, each person different age, try to, you know, teach his kids to start to give back in the house, right? But they have entitlement. And no, not just entitlement. If they start to help, sometimes there are kids that say, okay, so what are you going to give me?
Hey.
Right? Like, it's like, excuse me, what do you mean? Who pay all of those bills? Who put food on the table, right? No, but what the kid, how the way kid look, he look at life, just again, you want me to do this and that? Okay, so how much you going to pay me? Or what you going to buy me? Right?
What do I get?
But this is the same way we behave toward the Creator. This is what he says. So, and for us, it's like, wow, you know, if my kids will know how much I'm working, how much time I'm putting to make sure that they have everything, the best that I can give them to study, to dress, you know, to go out, to put food on the table. Like, we're working so hard, right? To give them education. And still, how the kids feel? They feel, you don't give me enough.
Never.
Why? Because they want the new jeans that cost $1,000, but so you don't have the money to buy, so you bad father or bad mother, right? But what about the rest? So how we behave toward the light, the same. The light given us so much. We're living in his house. Look, we live in this world. He built this world, and this is the world of the opponent, right? But the Creator created this world for us to do what we say we want to do. So he gives us so much before even we can start to give back. Till we start to have the understanding that I need and I'm supposed to give back. Right? So think about how many years we study Kabbalah and still, not necessarily I got it. Because why? We still complain. So I didn't get it yet. So not just I didn't get it, I don't see how much I'm receiving for me to just be okay and do my spiritual work and what I say that I want to be and I want to do. We complain, we blame, and we are the ones that, you know, we're saying, look how much I'm doing and look how much I'm receiving. It's not true. It's not true. This is the work of Satan. This is the work of Satan. The opponent tricks us. And we taking it. We buying it. And then what's happened to us? When we feel like that, our energy is going up or down? Down. That one of the things that we can measure if it's come from the light or from Satan. Because the things that come from Satan, you know, a good father, he always would like to increase the desire of his kids to be better, right? Bless you, right? So, yes, not necessarily we always saying the right words in the right time, but the intention behind it is like, you want him to grow and to be strong and to be independent and to help himself and to work, and right? This is the intention. Yes, we also do mistakes. So what do you think the intention of the Creator? He wants us to grow, to be independent, to help, to do what we promise that we will do. So we need to remember that one of the tricks of Satan is to show. So every time we see or we have that consciousness of, look how, for us, let's say even you didn't say to no one, look how much I'm doing and how much I'm receiving. And if your energy goes down, it means it's not from the light. Because a good father, we said he wants to increase the desire of his kids. So the light, when the light will send us a message, it will be a message that I will be excited. Wow, I have a goal now. I discovered something about myself. Yeah, it's not pleasant, but you know what? I would like to change that. You know, when sometimes a person discovers that, I don't know, maybe he's judging, maybe he's have anger issues. We're supposed to be excited, no? Oh my God, you know, I didn't see it till now. Now I can see it. I can admit, wow, let me work and let me uproot it from my system. We're supposed to be excited.
I don't know.
I don't know, yeah, for sure. So we need to start to pay attention. It's a beautiful how Rav Ashlag writes, you know. He says, וכמו שכתבו זיכרונם לברכה, העתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא להנחיל לכל צדיק וצדיק שי עולמות. He says that the creator in the righteous, they saying that the creator in the future, he will give to each righteous, right, 310 universes. Imagine, right? It's not like physical universes as we think, right? Oh, I will get 300 worlds. No, it's different. It's like energy. Like it's like to reach those levels of understanding, of connecting, of blessings. There are things that we can't really connect with our brain, with our 1% brain, right? Because most of the time, again, we need to remind ourselves, what we see, it's 1% stuff. Just when we're actually doing, maybe when we're doing meditations, or when we're reading a book, or suddenly, wow, you feel like your spirit start to be happy. Because now we feed in our ruach, our spirit, right? We feed in our soul. So when we feed in our soul, we feel like, great, wow, amazing. Even we got nothing from, we don't remember the book, we don't remember the class, whatever, but we feel like, wow, it's called התרוממות ruach. Like my spirit went up, right? Took over my body consciousness. But for how long I'm letting it stay over there? Not for long. Because right away I'm going out to the 1% world, and poof, again. I forget about the class, I forget about the book, I forget about the volunteer, I forget about all this energy. Because right now I want to deal with all of those things. So, what do you want me to do? So he's saying, העתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא להנחיל לכל צדיק וצדיק שי עולמות וכולי, ואין לומר שמקצת השכר נותן השם יתברך חלף טרחתם, והשם עד חינם. שאם כן, מה הועילו חכמים בתקנתם? He said, so we can say that he give them like most of the gifts, just gift for free, and a little bit for what the work that they did in this world. שאם כן, מה הועילו חכמים בתקנתם? שהרי נשאר הפגם של בושת פנים, because if this is the way that we can think, it says, so what's the point of, it's called boshet panim, like we said before, the bread of shame. There is a rule that's called bread of shame, right? בשאר המתנה, אלא שאין דבריהם אלו מובנים כפשוטם, ויש כאן כוונה עמוקה. He says, so here he says that matter of all of those universes and everything, he says, this is something very deep. There is a very deep intention here. He doesn't explain here. He might continue and explain later on. במחשבה אחת נאצלה ונבראה כל המציאות, והיא הפועלת, והיא עצם הפעולה, והיא המציאות הזכר המקווה, והיא מות היגיעה. Now there is a very, very powerful point. Let's see how much we can learn from that point, because it's beautiful what I will explain now. He says that the universe has been created with one thought. One thought, the universe has been created. And it says, וטרם שאנו נכנסים בביאור דבריהם ז"ל, צריכים להבין במחשבתו יתברך, before we're going to explain what the righteous told us before, we need to understand the thoughts of the Creator. בבריאת העולמות והמציאות שלפנינו, the way they created the universes that in front of us. Remember, in front of us, we are the Malchut, right? So in front of us, it's above. In front of the Malchut, what we have? Yesod, Hod, right? All the universes. And these are the emanations, but there are more, there are universes. שלא יצאו פעולתם לפניו בדרך ריבוי מחשבות. So all of those universes, everything that we study about all the universes, it says the Creator didn't have many thoughts about each of the, today let me create this universe, and today that universe, right? He says one thought, everything been created. One thought. כמו דרכנו, he says, not like our ways, the way we creating things in this world, right? When we want to create something, right? Everything, we need to give it a thought. Not just to give it a thought, there are many details even in one thought, right? If you want to build a house, that's it. You just, okay. You give the money to someone, you tell him, build me a house, that's it, yeah? And you let go, and you go to travel in the world, and you come and your house is ready after 2 years, yes? Or there are so many details, right? So how many thoughts even we put inside of building just one house? Or how many thoughts we have every day? Right? So he said, not like us. כי הוא יתברך אחד, יחיד ומיוחד, because the Creator reminds us again, He is one and He is the only one and He is the special one. If you forgot before, a few classes, so you remind us again. כנ"ל. וכמו שהוא פשוט, and the same that the light is simple. Remember this class? The light is simple. כך אורותיו הנמשכים הם מנו, also the lights that comes from the Creator, they are simple ומיוחדים. They are simple and unique. פשוטים ומיוחדים. בלי שום ריבוי צורות, they don't have a lot of shapes. כמו שכתוב, לא מחשבותיי מחשבותיכם. It says, my thoughts, they are not your thoughts. The way the light is thinking, let's say, the thoughts of the Creator, they are not our thoughts. Right? This is one of the reasons that we're supposed to live ourselves with the thoughts of creation. Because imagine, we study in Kabbalah that everything that we want to change, from where we should create the change, from what level, in what level the change been done? Sorry? Thoughts. Okay. What else? Consciousness. Okay. Malchut. What does it mean? You're close. What does it mean?
Actions.
What we do.
You remember that? Okay, think about the tree. Yes? If the fruits have a problem, where are they going to treat the tree? At the fruit? Where? At the roots. Right? So if I want to change something, this is Kabbalah 1 we studied, right? When we want to change something, we need to change it where? In the root. If you change the roots, the whole tree now will be healthy and everything will be okay, right? So yes, thought and everything you said, you're right, but we need the word, the root. So also a thought, yeah, it can be the root, but we need to change everything in the root level. This is why many times, we need to dig in to look for the root of the problem. Because when a person already have blaming issues, anger issues, judging issues, low self-esteem issues, right? All of those things, those are results of the root. So when we try to change one of those, right? You can't change it just in the level of the surface. You need to dig in to find out what is the reason of me behaving like that. Right? So I need to look for the root. Sometimes we need to go through like a series of meditations, of treatment, of scanning the Zohar, of begging to Rabbi Shimon, show me, to get a dream, to get something, right? Bam. Ego workshop. Till we're receiving the answer. And then when I'm working on the root, suddenly all the trees, fine. Amazing. So he's saying, so my thoughts, it's not your thoughts. ולא דרכיכם דרכי וגומר. And my ways, it's not your ways. ועל כן תבין ותשכיל שכל השמות והכינויים וכל העולמות העליונים והתחתונים, הכל אור פשוט א'. He says, so from that you should understand, and you should get wiser right now, that all the names and all of the nicknames that we study, right? We mention in so many names. It's just the beginning of the names. There is more names. And all the universes, the upper universes and the lowest universes, everything is simple light. He said Aleph, one simple light. One simple light, special, one and special, he says. יחיד ומיוחד, one and special. שאצל השם יתברך האור נמשך, that at the level of the creator, the light never stop. There is continuation, never stop. And the thoughts, and the action, והפועל, וכל מה שהלב יכול לחשוב ולערער, הם איזה דבר אחד ממש. He says, everything that our heart can think of, or we can wonder, or we can have thoughts, or everything that's running inside of our mind and heart, in the level of the Creator, everything is one. For us, you know, how many details run in our brain or in our heart during a day? Can you count them? No. Not really, right? There are so many, right? So he says, in the level of the Creator, it's just one. Everything is one. ועל פי זה תשפוט ותשכיל, and from that, what we study, you should have the understanding. Again, he says, he gives us the credit all the time, like, to get wiser, right? So he wants us to go to a higher level, that we will start to see our lives and the world and creation and the truth about everything from a different level. Because remember, I don't know if I told you here in this class, but the Zohar explained that the people of Kabbalah, they are above everyone else. Wow. Woohoo! So when you read in the Zohar, you feel like, wow, I'm studying Kabbalah. So that's again, so we need to have good ego or bad ego. Like, right? What does Zohar want to tell us here? Okay, we didn't get there yet, soon. First we need to do the homework of 1 week. So.
You have to
But let's say we practice it, okay? So what does it mean? It says that when a person studies Kabbalah, you know, the studies of Kabbalah helping us to remove space and to elevate ourselves to higher level of consciousness. It means, if we're sitting right now here, so what you can see, just what you can see, right? But if we're all going to go up to the roof, you're going to see more. If we're going in a helicopter, we see more. If you do an airplane, see more. If you take the spaceship, woohoo, you see the whole world maybe. I don't know, at that, right? So it means the higher that we will go, we can see and understand more. You know, so the higher you go, you can see the illusion. You see the truth. Because Rav Ashlag and the Kabbalists, you know, why they reveal all of that, right? They could see the illusion, so they could see the secrets. Because if I can see the illusion really in a true way, bam, you connect with the truth. So then there's no barriers anymore. There's no separation. Sorry. Then everything becomes to be simple. And then I'm connecting with the thoughts of creation. Now I become a channel. When we say channel, what does it mean? Channel, okay, channel. Now the light can dwell in my vessel and I can share. Right? Like I was explain, right? How they could write all of those books. I think I told you, like to sit hours and to write. I was saying it was a kli b'yad hayotzer, like it was like a kli. I forgot the word. No. It's like a matter. It's like a vessel in the hand of the Creator. Right? So it wasn't actually. He's the channel. And he was writing.
He's a Rav Ashlag.
Yeah. So each Kabbalist revealed different type of energy to this world, right? They become channels. Now because they did it, they teaching us how we can do it. The question is, do I have a desire to do it? The answer is answer to yourself. If yes, I need to start to do my homework first, no?
Yeah.
What do you think? No, guys, let's be honest. We want to see the truth, right? We want to do this, but it's like, like a person have a goal, whatever goal you want, and you're working so hard for the goal, but you're cheating here and there. I'm working so hard, so what's the problem to cheat here and there, no? They call it in workout, they call it cheat meal, right? You know this cheat meal, right?
So you have all you want.
Yeah.
All
So
the sweets.
no, it's not the true actually about the cheat meal, but no, we're not getting there. But cheat meal, right? So we finding ways, even with that, to cheat. What do you mean? It's either you want it, you want the truth, or you don't want the truth. Remember, there's no gray zones. Now we can say, listen, but it's hard. Come on, give us a break. It's so hard. So I can do a little bit. I can do this. Listen, you can do whatever you want, but at least the Kabbalah is telling us, listen, you want immortality, you want tree of life, you want happiness, you want really you want everything that you say you want, so why are you not willing to work for it? Why are you not willing to earn it? It's nice to say nice things that we want, but I need to check if I'm following what I'm saying, right? Now remember, when we make a decision to change something and to do something good, right away we're receiving the energy from the Creator to do it. Right away, you receive it. The question, what I'm going to do with it after. And many times we throw it away. We do nothing with it. We waste this energy. We waste this energy. Many times a person. This week is a very powerful week for sustenance. Openings of sustenance this week. I don't know if you came to Zohar Connection. If not, take the link, listen to the class. Very powerful class. So, many times a person asking for money for something specific. Then after a while he receiving the money for that thing. But then, in that specific time, he suddenly needs something different. So what he does, he taking this money and he invest or buying something different. And we think like, oh, it's nothing, right? Really? Okay. So what's happened, you think? There is a desire. We ask from the Creator for that specific desire. You received for that desire. Now instead of fulfilling this desire, what we did? We took this energy and we invested here. What's happened to this vessel now? A vessel can stay empty.
Opponent will take it.
What?
Opponent will take it.
For sure.
Take it.
Empty space is darkness. Right? And then many times we don't understand, oh my God, like, I don't know what's going on. Really, you don't know what's going on? Are you sure? You want the GPS to show you what's going on? So we're mixing so many, this is what he says, my ways is not your ways. My thoughts, it's not your thoughts. Because when the light have one thought, bam, that's it. Doesn't calculate. The vessel is ready, I'm fulfilling the vessel. But we're receiving the blessings, but just now we calculate in just a second, I already got it. You know what, maybe I don't need this anymore. And there is something new in the market, maybe I need that. Oh my God, now, okay. We're mixing so many energies. You know how many things we do with our desires and our thoughts? How many mistakes? I'm sure, I'm not sure. But he says the light. My thought is not your thoughts. And my ways they are not your ways. This is what Rabbi is telling us. I would like to take you to the next level to see from different place, to see more. And every time the Rabbi is using the words, and also the Zohar, right? Go up. Come and see. שבמחשבה אחת נאצלה ונברא כל המציאות הזאת, that in one thought, all of this creation, the 1% and the rest of the universe has been created, עליונים ותחתונים יחד, עד ככלות הכל בגמר התיקון, till the end of correction. Everything being created in one thought. אשר אותה המחשבה היחידה, one thought. One thought. Remember, this is very powerful. I think we talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago that Rav Branvan taught the Rav. When you're receiving a message, and the message usually is for you, to do something, again, good, right? Not to do something good,
Good message.
right? Run and do it. Just do it. If you will wait, you're not going to do it, and if you're going to do it, it's not going to be in the same energy because the empty space is entering the vessel. Right? Because when a person receives a message, a vision about something that he's supposed to do, so at the beginning we're excited, but then what did the second thought come? Let me ask for advice, let me check the market, let me check this, let me check that. And then he started to ask people. Already, what he did, he received a blessing, and now he started to ask other people that they didn't receive the same message. So they put in their consciousness on it, and then what's happened to the energy of the person? That's it, gone. It says, you receive, so imagine, let's say we receive one thought. It's mean because this is the message from the Creator. You receive a message, one thought, bang, enter to your brain, right? Now you, oh wow. Now it's live, and you feel like, oh my God, I got it, right? Oh. But then the second thought. So if I'm not acting on this thought, empty space will come right away. I can kick the empty space out, but usually we're too lazy to kick it out. So let me listen to the second advice. Second opinion. Yes, Satan, what do you think? I shouldn't? Why? You sure? That's it. Okay. Who will believe in more? To the people actually that are telling us the truth, or people actually that are lying? You don't know if they're lying or telling the truth, right? It's a tricky question. Okay, who will we believe more? To the person that actually say bad things on other people, or a person that will say good things about other person?
Bad is our nature.
Check your life, you will see. Somebody will come and say something good about someone, and somebody will pass by and say, who are you talking about? Oh, Johnny? Oh my God, let me tell you what he did last week. In a second you forget the good he did, and now you remember that. So when you see Johnny next time, what do you think? Which file will pump up, the good or the bad? The bad.
Tastier.
So the first thought comes from the Creator. We need to act on the first thought, to do something good, to change, to grow spiritually, to do our mission. He's saying, so in one thought, everything will be created. אשר אותה המחשבה היחידה, and he repeated again, the only thought, היא הפועלת את הכל. The one thought create, I think Rav Ashlag tried to engrave it in our brain. One thought created everything from creation till it says till the end of correction. Everything has already been created. So my iPhone is there, right? So even the iPhones and the computers and even the iPhone, I don't know, 2000 whatever, right? Today it's iPhone 10X, XX, whatever, right?
25.
So whatever you think. Till then, in the end of the correction, maybe it will be iPhone, I don't know, something, right? It's from creation. It's not Apple. Apple invented. Even Apple was from creation. Everything from creation. One thought create everything. Can we imagine that? It's very hard to imagine that. But it will give us the power. It will give us the power that I want to live with that one thought. Because how the Kabbalists could see everything from creation till the end of correction? Because they connected with that thought. And in that level of thought, everything is already done. Everything is exist. So if I can give myself to that everything is already done, there's no time anymore to get upset and angry or to judge or to blame. But what there is to do is to correct. Because why? If all the movies already been created, also the negative movies been created. All the options. Why Rabbi Shimon wrote the Zohar? why the Kabbalah is writing all of those books? Because even all the good being created for us, we can create damages. And we can destroy the blessings. One of the reasons we're facing so much chaos. Why? Because we're blocking the energy of the Creator to enter to this world and give us the blessings. Because I know better. I know better. So imagine collectively, right? All humanity have huge ego about, I know better. Let me do it in my way. Like the famous song, right? I did it my way, right? We love it. I did it my way, right? Yeah. Woo. Where is the way of the Creator? Where is the first thought that created all of this universe, right? No, me. So imagine if collectively, like we're thinking like that, we're blocking the channels of energy to come to the universe. So what we're supposed to do, Kabbalah students, right? We're supposed at least to change our consciousness and to start to open the channels of the abundance to come to the universe. And if we have more energy coming in, right, it can help us and more people to change. And to help us to open the channels also. But if we just study, what's the point? If you go to the gym just to say that you're going to the gym, what's the point? You're wasting your money. If you buy whatever you buy just to say you bought it or you have it, what's the point? You're not going to be happy. You just want to show other people that you can do it, so you're not going to be happy. Kabbalah is saying the intention, it's very, very, very important. This is why he says here of Ashlag. אלא יש כאן כוונה עמוקה. There is here, he says of Ashlag, a very deep intention. So behind any action or any thought that we are having, we need to have deep intention. The why. Why do I want it? Why do I want to do? Why I want to behave like that? Why do I want to say what I want to say? What's the reason? והיא עצם כל הפעולות, והיא מקבלת את התכלית, והיא מהותה של היגיעה, והיא עצמה מציאות כל השלמות והשכר המגובה. Oh my God, is that crazy? No? I wish I could break like all of like the actions, the effort, the thoughts, everything that we familiar with, he put it in that one thought. Everything is in one thought. And it's true because if you think about it, when you have a thought to do something, you receive inside of that thought everything you're supposed to do, yes or no? And then you need just to put it on the paper, no? You know what I'm talking about or no? If you have a vision to build a business, or you want to get married, and let's say you propose, and she said yes, and then now you already have all the plan. Okay, we should go, everything is, now we need just to write it down and to break it. It means you receive one thought about that matter, but all the details in that one thought. From the beginning till the end. But if we start to play a game with that thought, we're going to forget and we're going to create a big mess over there. So at the thought that we're receiving, there is everything inside of that thought. The same way in the sperm, right? If you hold the sperm, you can see it with your eyes. You know, you can see the sperm in our eyes. You need a microscope, right? To see them running over there. But in that one sperm, there is, look, everything, right? Everything in one thought. Because you know the sperm comes from the brain. This is why the intention is very important. I don't know if you know this, I'll explain. Come from the brain. From the back of the brain. This is why the intention is very, very important. Okay, we're not getting there now. But you get excited. No, but we're talking about a thought. How a thought is very, very important. So in a thought, everything exists. That we're not really appreciating thoughts. Really, we don't appreciate thought. For our thought is like, nothing. I know, my phone is there, I can't look, but my student sent me a statistic about thought, but I don't remember the end, I don't want just to say. But about like, we have 6, I don't know, I asked him, how do you fund it? He said, I don't know, maybe they did I don't know. put them on machines or whatever, like how they discover, right? But there are different experiments that they doing that how many thoughts a person have a day.
Oh, wow.
And when we sleeping, you know, I saw once a show that they put people in a lab, sleeping lab, right? And when they sleeping, they have, I don't know, they said the numbers, I don't remember. They have more thoughts than they're awake.
Because they're processing.
It's crazy. More thoughts. When we're sleeping, we have more thoughts, right? כמו שפירש הרמב"ן ז"ל בסוד אחד יחיד ומיוחד כנ"ל. Everything in that thought is one and is special, right? So what do you receive from that message of Rav Ashlag? Please, one message, what you received. What clicked for you that you're going to be amazed of that thing, that you're going to, wow, I'm going to change that one thing in my life.
But if I want something, I have to have an intentional thought.
Okay, if I want something, I need to have intentional thoughts, okay? Or thought.
A thought.
Certainty.
A thought.
Certainty.
Everything about certainty, because the one thought that you have to have no doubt. So if I have it and I feel it's right and I've been working to get the right message, certainty has to be the guidance.
You give me a beautiful example about certainty. Maybe it's stupid, but it's an example of 1%. But you know, when you put the address in your GPS to drive to a neighborhood you don't know, right? You have to have certainty, no? You follow GPS. You don't argue with the GPS.
Yes.
Like you don't
Yes,
know
I
the
know.
road, so right? But what's happens with the light, when we're receiving a message, we many times judging the message. I don't think so. I don't know, you know, because I don't want to do. I'm lazy. So the universe teaching us about different, like certain type of certainties. We're actually okay. I don't know the road, so I'm just following. Why we don't follow the thought that we ask for a solution? Because the light knows the solution better than me how it should happen. It's like a maze, right? When a person is in a maze, and imagine you are in the helicopter and you have the walkie-talkie, you know, like the old times, walkie-talkie. Okay, some I don't know, whatever machine, a very like a good machine of the 2019, and it's telling you how to run in the maze, and you argue.
Go left.
Doesn't that make sense?
No.
But it's what we do. The Creator is telling us, you know, sending angels to tell us what to do, and we argue with them. No, I don't know. Try to argue the ways. You know, I tried a few times, even when I know the road. No, it's funny. Even when I know the roads, I said, I like to drive from here, right? Then she recalculated, then she said, oh my God. Suddenly it jumped like to more 20 minutes because it was something over there, right? I went back to the road. I said, okay. I'm not, no. I'm not doing it, right? Because you know, even you know the road, but you don't know what's going on right now over there in real time, right? So the thing is, we have to pay attention when we're receiving that thought, because we're asking for things. We're asking for guidance. We're asking for blessings. We're asking for soulmate, for money, for work, for this. We're asking so many things that we forget what we ask even, right? And the light is, you know, trying to fulfill everything, and he sent us so many messages, and we argue with the messengers, or with the messengers, right? So remember, the time you find yourself that you argue with the message, stop and ask yourself, you know, how come I argue with the message? If I don't have the answer, how come I argue? How come I know the answer? So can I answer myself? If I'm arguing and I said, no, I don't think so. I don't think this is the answer. I don't think this. What do you mean? So do you know the answer? No, I don't know. I'm waiting to receive the answer. But just again, but he sent you a messenger. This is what he says, simple light. We're not thinking simple. This is what is the light telling us, my thoughts, it's not your thoughts. My ways is not your ways. Because you're not thinking simple, like the light is simple, and you're not walking in the ways, right, of the tree of life in a simple way. everything need to be hard and harsh and this and I need to earn it. Who says that we need to earn something? It needs to be with pain and suffering. Who told us that? What? God forbid. Oh my God. Delete. Now, remember that this universe being created, it says, just to do good to the creations. It says in the Bible, the light is good. That's it. The light is good. Tov, all Tov. The light is good. So how come we don't feel it every day, right? It's all what we said at the beginning of the class. But also, when a person receives good, now you're the one that makes the decision what to do with his good. Usually, we become to be the ambassadors of Satan. So when we're receiving the good, we just transferring the good to Satan. That's it. So then what's happened with this good? This light, now we transfer to the klipa. Now this light come against us. Because the klipa gets stronger, and now it's klipa again, and now we become to be stubborn, and I know everything, and I this and this and da 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 da. It's thousands of years and reincarnations, and even in this time, this lifetime, all of the layers that we added to our heart, to our system, to our brain, all the habits, all the things that we shape ourselves. We have to start to listening to the first thought. Try even like simple things to follow the first thought. Even simple things. And usually it's not going to make sense to you. The first thought. The first thought can come and tell you, call your mom, say I'm sorry, or call this, say this, or call this. It doesn't make sense, right? You see, there's not even a second. After the first thought telling you something, you see the other thought, not just telling you don't do it, he opened the entire files of years of why not doing it. It's like, so from the light telling you simple. Light is simple. Call your mom, say I'm sorry. Simple, no? The second thought will open all the files. Are you crazy? Look, and this year, and that year, she last week. Oh my God, just a second. So just that we need to say, whoa, just a second. Light? Satan, whoa, it can be. Fight it. So it means we need to start to listen to the first thought.
Undergo any changes before the vessels were created. So how do we perceive a definition of 5 stages in lights? In Kelim we understand. Because in order to be a Pchina Dalet and the Yishtokakut, and this tremendous desire for the vessel to receive the light is because it goes through a process of disappearing. It doesn't have the vessel. When it loses the light, then wants the light back again, and that's Malchut. This we can understand. But in light, does that undergo any changes? And the answer is never. Never. The light always remains the same, and therefore Hashem never changes. What seems to change is only our perception, the way we look at what we observe. Like the lantern that we always discuss. You have a lantern, you put a color of red around that lantern, now it looks like it's red light. You put a brown color around it, not only does it look brown, but it even looks like the intensity, the strength of the light there are changes going on in the light. But obviously there are no changes. The lamp remains the same. But it's only our perception as we observe it with the different colors, with the different coverings. It appears as if the light had undergone a change, but it doesn't. Therefore, when we give 5 basic names to lights, meaning nefesh, ruach, neshama, chai, yechida, we are not referring to any changes in lights because it has different names, but rather it indicates to us what channel, what vessel has made the connection with the light. In other words, the stronger the desire to receive, the greater the amount of light, even to the extent of yechidah. Even yechidah, that's almost the maximum light. If there is a minimum desire to receive, then there will be a lesser amount of light. But again, not that the light undergoes any change. It's like we said about electricity. How could the same electricity current move a generator? And if there is such an intensity of energy from the electric current, how come it doesn't burn out a 5-watt bulb? The answer is because the light, the current, does not provide more than the vessel demands of it. So if it's a 5-watt bulb, it only needs the extent of a 5-watt. And therefore, the light, not that it undergoes any change, but from the point of view of the vessel, it appears like the 5-watt bulb has less current. But does it have any different current than a generator? The exact same, except in 5-watt, it's been covered up. But not that there has been taken any change, or a change has taken place within the current itself.
Okay, we stop here. I would like to, when I was talking, I just remembered the story that I heard this week. And the story actually will help us to see and to understand what does it mean to see things above, right? To be above. And the story is about, you might heard about the Chafetz Chaim. The Chafetz Chaim, he was a Kabbalist that, that he was all about, evil tan and be careful not to say things in the wrong way. But when he was, when he get older, he didn't left the village for so much. But here and there he went to give different lectures in different villages. And every time he went to different villages, so the rich people in the town was fighting who will have the merit that he will stay in their house, right? And so one of those days, he went to one of the villages, and one of the rich people over there, you have a palace over there, and he was the guy that he won, and he bring him in. He was so excited that he comes to his to do Shabbat with him. And usually Shabbat dinner, it's like taking them maybe 2 hours. He said, "Oh, now we coming to be with us, and it might give us like new information from the Torah, like Chidushat Torah, and maybe we're like 4 hours, right?" Now, we know that there are different rules in the universe that we should respect and really be very, very, very sensitive to widows and to orphans, right? To widows and orphans, right? And when back then, they didn't have all the services that we have today, that if somebody like it's happened to him, so the government can help, and they have different places that can actually help them financially, right? So back then, if the man, something happened and he died, the woman, what's she going to do? She have like kids, and she have to sustain herself and have work. So the rich people, they know about it, and they took them in, and they know to cook, so they cook and they do everything that they need to do. And this woman was working in this guy home, and she have small kids, and the kids usually waiting for her till she comes, and then she feed them, and it was late. So they sit in there, and the Chafetz Chaim, he somehow, he paid attention to this woman, she's serving them, right? And they just came and they did the Kiddush, and right away, they doing some songs, and he right away asked, what for when you planning to bring the first course, right? And the guy thought, maybe he was traveling, he was tired. Okay, so he ordered bring the first course. for chorus, you know, they sing like a fast song. He asks him to say something. He says something like very, very short, like a study, and he says, when you planning to bring the second chorus? And the guy was like,
Okay.
since when, Chafetz Chaim talking about food, or care about the food, even like, okay, because they know him, right? He's like a huge Kabbalah. He said, okay, maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's tired. Okay, so bring the second course. And it continued, and then he asked him about dessert, right? When he planned to bring the dessert, right? So he rushed everything, and then we got Amazon and chick. Okay, thank you very much. They finished even faster than regular, like Shabbats, right? And before he about to leave, so the guy, he was worried because, you know him, like he's a huge Kabbalist, and what's happened? So then listen, are you okay? Are you feeling good? You need something? Because I saw you rushed the entire meal, what's going on? So he said, no, everything's okay. I just want to say thank you very much to the chef, can you call her? So he called her, and he says, listen, I just want to apologize, and to say thank you because, I know you work so hard and it's late, and I know you served us and it took us a long time to finish the meal, and I just want to apologize, right? And I hope you forgive me. And she said that, and suddenly she had like a big smile on her face and said, no, what are you talking about? Thank you. In every Shabbat, the meal finished like so late, and I need to, it's not the meal finished and she go home. She need to do the dishes and clean and everything, and I'm going home like so late, and my kids, they're small and they barely sleep, they almost sleep. Then I need to do kiddush to them, and then we start to songs and to eat, and so late. And tonight, because of you, I can go earlier, like hour and a half before, and I can be with them, right? And then she left. So the Chafetz Chaim told him, you see why I rushed? This is why I rushed. He says, how can we sit and enjoy and study and take our time and sing? That this poor lady, she have small kids in the house that waiting for her. They're hungry and they're waiting for her at home. How can we do that? And this is one of the things that the Kabbalah is teaching us, how we should be sensitive, and when we are actually when we present, when we connecting with the one thought, with the light, you can see above, you can see the truth, you can see the big picture at that moment. And then we can make decisions according to that moment, not just thinking about ourselves, because he could like sit, he's Chafetz Chaim, he can sit and sing and eat and everything, and nobody will pay attention. But no, the Kabbalists, they saw everything. And they did everything that sometimes doesn't make sense to other people. But they didn't care if people will judge them or not. They care about to fulfill their mission, to fulfill the desire of the light. And they care. So, B'ezrat Hashem, I hope that all of us, we can really raise our consciousness and be more sensitive and see the truth in everything, and we will have the right decisions of what we need to do right now to bring more light to our lives and to the whole world. Have a good night.